Welcome back everyone. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of business giants whose rise to fame wasn't as clean and inspiring as we thought. These men and companies may have started with ambition and big promises, but their actions ended in scandal, arrest, and imprisonment. They were once admired as success stories until the truth came out. So, who are these business titans? Let's find out. First up, we have a name that made headlines across the globe. Sam Bankman-Fried, the former CEO of FTX, his crypto exchange was once worth billions. Bankman-Fried was hailed as a genius and the next big thing in the world of cryptocurrency. He was even featured in interviews and documentaries where he was described as a philanthropic prodigy. But what really went wrong? FTX was founded in 2019 by Bankman-Fried, who gained a massive following for his effective altruism movement and promises of making cryptocurrency more accessible and trustworthy. But in November 2022, FTX collapsed in what has now been described as one of the biggest financial scandals in recent history. Being compared to Warren Buffett, 30-year-old billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried, better known as SBF, saw a meteoric rise as crypto's golden boy. The collapse happened quickly. FTX's insolvency was revealed when it was discovered that the company had misused customers' funds. Instead of using the money from investors to trade on the exchange, Bankman-Fried had funneled it into his hedge fund, Alameda Research, to cover risky bets. 7 months into the FTX bankruptcy case, the retained professionals already have requested more than $200 million in fees, according to a court-appointed fee examiner's report. That's nearly $1.5 million a day. The report says the fees are remarkable, but so is the professionals' performance. The firms named in the examiner's report declined our request for comment. What's really concerning is that all the lawyers have to be paid in the bankruptcy before we get paid out. Because the number of professionals involved and the hours they work changes over time. Bankman-Fried's empire came crashing down when it was revealed that he had been misleading investors, customers, and even employees. As the company filed for bankruptcy, billions of dollars vanished and thousands of investors lost everything. Bankman-Fried was arrested in December 2022 and charged with fraud, money laundering, and campaign finance violations. In February 2023, Bankman-Fried pleaded not guilty, and his trial is expected to be a lengthy process. While his defense claims he didn't intentionally mismanage the funds, many see his actions as a deliberate fraud. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unregulated industries like crypto and how quickly even the brightest stars can fall. To get more interesting updates from this channel, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Next, we go back to the early 2000s for one of the most notorious corporate scandals in history, Enron. Enron was once considered an energy titan in the United States, a company that had everything going for it. But the truth about its financial operations would prove to be a shocking betrayal. Founded in 1985, Enron was an energy, commodities, and services company that appeared to be revolutionizing the energy industry. However, in reality, the company was manipulating its financial statements to hide billions in debt. The executives at Enron, led by CEO Kenneth Lay and COO Jeffrey Skilling, used accounting tricks known as mark-to-market accounting to inflate the company's stock prices and profits. In 2001, Enron's fraud was exposed when employees realized that their retirement funds were tied up in worthless Enron stock. The company declared bankruptcy in December 2001, and thousands of people lost their jobs, pensions, and savings. Lay and Skilling were both arrested and charged with securities, fraud, and conspiracy. Kenneth Lay died of a heart attack before he could be sentenced, but Jeffrey Skilling was convicted and sentenced to 24 years in prison, though his sentence was later reduced. The Enron scandal highlighted the lack of corporate oversight and the need for tighter regulations in financial markets. When you think of financial fraud, the name Bernie Madoff might be the first one that comes to mind. Madoff orchestrated the largest Ponzi scheme in history, swindling billions of dollars from investors over the course of decades. His reputation as a trusted financier was the perfect cover for one of the most elaborate scams in Wall Street history. Madoff founded his investment firm in 1960, and for many years he seemed to deliver exceptional returns to his clients. But in reality, he was paying out older investors with the money of newer ones, classic Ponzi scheme behavior. Madoff's firm had no real investments. Instead, he fabricated trades and returns, convincing high-profile clients, charities, and even institutions to invest. In December 2008, amid the financial crisis, Madoff's operation collapsed. He was arrested and charged with securities fraud, money laundering, and theft. Madoff confessed to running a massive Ponzi scheme, estimating the total amount of money he defrauded investors out of to be around $65 billion. In 2009, Bernie Madoff was sentenced to 150 years in prison for his crimes. He died in prison in 2021. His case serves as a stark reminder of how unchecked greed and deception can wreak havoc on people's lives. Next, we have Jordan Belfort, the infamous Wolf of Wall Street. Belfort's rise to power on Wall Street was nothing short of legendary until his criminal activities were exposed. His story was so outrageous that it was adapted into a blockbuster movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Belfort founded Stratton Oakmont in the late 1980s, a firm that became notorious for its aggressive tactics and illegal practices. He and his team used a method called pump and dump to inflate the stock prices of worthless companies. They would artificially inflate the stock price, sell it off at a profit, and then let the price collapse, leaving investors with massive losses. By the mid-1990s, the SEC caught wind of Belfort's illegal activities. In 1999, he was arrested and charged with securities fraud and money laundering. Belfort cooperated with the authorities and testified against several of his colleagues in exchange for a reduced sentence. In 2004, Belfort was sentenced to 4 years in prison, but he served only 22 months. Today, he spends his time as a motivational speaker and author, though many still consider him a symbol of greed and corruption. So, what can we learn from these stories? It's clear that in the world of business, not everyone plays by the rules, whether it's crypto exchanges, stock market manipulation, Ponzi schemes, or pump and dump tactics. These 5 men prove that even the most successful entrepreneurs can be hiding dangerous secrets behind the curtain. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of business and finance. And always remember, not everything that glitters is gold. Some of it's just fool's gold. See you in the next one.